Rosella Middleton, known to all her friends as Rossi, was a lively 83-year-old woman, determined to live a full and active life. Quite recently, she was mugged, but she remained as resolutely independent as ever. 7 weeks ago, she was murdered. No one knows why, and her local community is devastated.
Last Sunday, our sister Rossi worshipped with us here in church. This Sunday, we must do the same, but without her. I can hardly express what I feel. Her death has shocked and stunned us, and many in this community.
7 and 5, 75. 5 and 2, 52.
Yes.
Rossi was born and bred in Birmingham. Her husband died 20 years ago, but her son Brian and daughter Janet kept in close contact, and Rossi doted on her 5 grandchildren.
Can I say a word about next week? No lunch club next week, but in 3 weeks' time, it's the outing for the pub lunch to Broughton-on-the-Water.
Rossi spent a lot of her time travelling around on the bus network.
Good night.
Oh, I meant to give you these, Chris.
Thank you very much. Oh, there you go now. Safe journey home.
Yes, thank you. Night. Right.
She thrived on getting out and about and meeting people.
I was coming from Bingo and I walked up the High Street to catch my bus. I'm a bit nervous of waiting at bus stops for the buses, so I stood in Burton's shop doorway.
No spring about it
No,
this year.
It's always cold when you're waiting for a bus, isn't it?
The man and the woman was having a good conversation and they seemed to be very good friends.
The following day, Joy saw Rossi with the man again. This time she paid for his bus fare.
Mum's independence was very important to her. We implored her to be careful as to the time she went out, but it was practically impossible to stop her, you know. She just valued her independence.
Mum, where'd you put the sugar?
It's in the cupboard on the right.
It's Wednesday, April the 20th. That afternoon, Brian Middleton dropped in at his mother's for tea.
Here we are.
Ooh. That looks lovely.
This was the last time Brian saw his mother alive. During the course of that evening, Rossi was picked up several times on the city's security camera network.
£26, please. Mrs. Middleton came into the shop most evenings, and I've known her for about 14 months. She was a lovely lady, always had a laugh and a joke with us. She always used to ask us how we all were. Hello, Mrs. Middleton, all right?
Yes, thanks.
That's good. You're not going to eat all that yourself.
Oh, I am. I'm going to sit in front of the television and eat every bit.
That's £1.20 then.
Could you get the money out for me,
How's the
please,
grandchildren,
Linda?
all right?
Oh, they're fine. You know, I'm a great-grandmother now.
Are you really?
Yes, I'm going to bring you some photographs tomorrow.
Yes, put your change
Okay.
in the purse.
Good night.
Take care. See you
Yes.
tomorrow.
Hello. Same time, same place.
Yes. I've missed my bus.
Have you really?
Yeah, and Thomas should be here. I can't understand it.
I understood Thomas was the man who was with her the 2 previous evenings.
I wonder if you'd mind waiting with me.
Sure, no problem.
I think this is my bus now. Thanks for waiting with me.
Okay, good night.
This woman, Kathy, often caught the same bus as Rossi, and they'd sit together and chat. Tonight, though, she hadn't noticed her.
It wasn't until afterwards, as she stood up to get off the bus at Birchfield Tower, and she spoke to the driver, that I realised it was Rossi.
Kathy had sometimes seen a man in his 50s meeting Rossi off the bus, but tonight there was no one there, and Rossi walked off alone. Her flat was just a few steps away. Rossi's body was found there the following morning.
We can't help feeling anger at the way Rossi died. She was so regularly here with us. We can hardly believe that it's true, that we shan't see her again in her usual place.
Mr. Ross, why would anyone want to kill Rossi?
Well, we don't know. We don't know the motive of the murder. It could be theft and burglary, or it could be a sexual attack. We know that she was sexually assaulted. It may be that her attacker followed her into her flat, or it may be that she allowed somebody in the flat who she knew.
So nothing was missing from her flat, but somebody did leave a scarf behind.
Yes, we found this scarf in the flat. That does not belong to Rossi. I'm anxious to hear from anyone who knows anybody who's lost a scarf like this.
Or somebody might remember that somebody hasn't got it anymore.
That's right.
Let's have a look at the man she referred to as Thomas. Rossi was seen talking to a middle-aged man on several occasions. Yes. Are you happy that all those sightings are of the same man?
Yes, I'm sure it's the same man. I'm sure that the man is local to Birmingham, perhaps to Perry Bar or Birchfield in particular.
What does he look like?
He's 56 to 60 years of age. He's below average height. He's broad and has got a bit of a beer belly. And on both occasions that he's been seen with Rossi, he's been wearing a navy blue Mac.
He's quite likely to be a friend of Rossi's, of course, but unless he comes forward, suspicion is more likely to fall on him.
Of course, we want that man to come forward.
He needs to be eliminated.
He does indeed.
What sort of person do you feel you're looking for here?
I think that we're looking for a local man, again local perhaps to Perry Bar and Birchfield area of Birmingham, clearly a very dangerous man. The circumstances of this offence are so serious that it's upset a lot of my detectives, seasoned detectives on the team. This man is very dangerous and must be caught.
Well, Mr. Ross, thank you. There's a substantial reward as well. The number here for anyone who can help with any information at all is 0500 600 600. The direct line to the incident room in Birmingham is 021 626 6119. That's 021, the code for Birmingham, 626 6119.